Hi, everybody. I'm meteorologist Margo Altshuler.
And I'm Good Morning Tennessee anchor Allison Smith. Margo joining us on Facebook Live today. It's been a minute, huh?
It has been a minute. I haven't done the mornings in, I want to say, like 3 months.
Here she is bright and early with us to talk about the forecast. So, Margo, we were talking about Christmas. Christmas was good for both of us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, overall it was good. The weather was not ideal.
No, it definitely wasn't, the picture-perfect movie kind of Christmas where you get the snow, the love interest. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I'm like, we got a Hallmark movie going on. But let's talk about, because you were saying there's going to be some changes because we were warm and rainy the last few days.
Yes.
Now we're talking about a wintry mix. So Margo is bringing that with her this Thursday.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely bringing a lot of weather here soon. Right now, the good news is it's nice out. We're seeing cloud cover kind of move on in. We saw that cloud cover kind of build throughout last night. Now, right now, we are able to see some of the sky, so that is nice. But we're on the cooler end. We're right now sitting in the low 40s for the majority of us. 41 in Knoxville, 41 in Maryville, 37 in Tellico Plains, 30 in Kingston, 32 in Oneida, 30 in Crossville, and 41 in Newport. So definitely a cold start to our day.
But this is average for us, so it probably feels a little cooler because we did have that brief warm-up, but this is where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, we're actually supposed to be even lower, kind of closer towards the upper 20s. But for those who really want that feel, it's soon going to come.
Okay.
We just have to wait a couple of days. Now, as we head throughout the afternoon, we actually are expected to rise towards kind of that average. You can see right here on our hour-by-hour for the day today, we'll rise towards the upper 40s, 48 here in Knoxville by 2 p.m. And our average high usually around this time of year is 49 degrees. So, I mean, we're getting close to it. And
I like how you have the snowman in the back. I'm like, that snowman wouldn't make it in these conditions,
I know,
Margo.
I know.
You're trying to manifest.
I'm hoping, kind of, but I want it, like I said earlier this morning, I kind of want it to snow when I'm off.
Yeah. It's not fun when you work in news when it snows.
Yeah, no, then you have to come in, and you come in earlier.
Long days.
Yes. But as I mentioned before, we're going to see even more of a cool down. So don't get used to the upper 40s just yet, because over the next 3 days, Friday, that's when the kicker. We're going to be seeing the low 40s as daytime highs, and we do have a 30% chance at seeing some precipitation. Now, Allison, you mentioned earlier that we're looking at that wintry mix. That's the day that that wintry mix kind of comes through.
Okay.
Now, the good news is, I know that's kind of a travel day for people maybe coming back from their Christmas holiday.
Going out for New Year's.
Yeah, or going where they need to go for New Year's. This system really isn't going to impact us until maybe overnight Friday. So I'm going to take the graphics full so that way you're able to see the entire screen. This is Friday. 42 is our high here in Knoxville. We'll still be in that low 40-degree range heading on into Saturday. And that 20% we have for Saturday is mainly for the very early morning hours. So let's kind of take a look at our timeline forecast. It's being a little difficult to pop up. There we go. So starting at 8 a.m. for our Friday, you can see there's that purple kind of in West Tennessee, Western Kentucky, and even some purple along the Great Smoky Mountains. That's snow. Now it's lighter snow, kind of like those very fluffy, light flakes that we're used to seeing. That's going to be happening in those areas. Now you see that front kind of near St. Louis and Springfield. It's slowly but surely going to make its way towards our area. It's going to kind of take its time, its very, very sweet time, but it's still going to impact us even before it gets here. So this is 7 p.m. That front still barely even in Kentucky, about to make its way into Tennessee. We're still seeing snow in the Smokies, and some snow even possibly popping up along the plateau. Now that front won't officially really be here until about Saturday morning. So that's Friday overnight, 11 p.m. As we go towards Saturday morning around 4 a.m., that's when we start to see this system kind of really making a big impact. We're seeing that snow along the plateau, southeastern Kentucky, the Smokies, and then there's rain possible for us here in the valley. Now, as I mentioned this morning on GMT, there could be 1 or 2 flakes that you see fall, but we're not going to see much of anything.
But it's mainly up in the mountains then.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder, too, up in the mountains, is this going to stick? Because a lot of people head out to Gatlinburg and up there, during the Christmas week and New Year's week. So are there driving conditions going to be an issue, or is it really not gonna, I don't know, stick to the ground?
So we are going to see accumulation. That's
Okay.
actually one of the main areas we will see accumulation along with the plateau. I'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
But the good news is because this front is weak, we're not going, and we have very limited moisture, we're not going to see much accumulation to where it'll have major travel impacts. So that front comes all the way through. There's Saturday at 11 a.m., rain present kind of in most areas, still seeing those flurries in the mountains. But after that, going into Saturday night, things start to kind of disappear, move on out of here, and we should be nice and dry. But as we mentioned, as you asked, that accumulation. So in the very, very high elevations of the Great Smoky Mountains, we could see 1 to 3 inches.
Oh, wow.
And really for them, this is kind of easy.
I guess it's standard,
Yeah, it's kind of like...
They're used to it. If it was down here in Knoxville, people
we
might
would
be panicking a little bit.
Work would be shut down. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah.
But we can see 1 to 3 inches along the higher elevations. And then kind of along the plateau, we could see up to 1 inch. Same with southeastern Kentucky. So we're starting to get towards that wintertime kind of pattern where those higher elevations start seeing more and more of these kind of dustings.
Well, it's not. This isn't unusual. I mean, we're about to hit January, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And according to our winter weather outlook that the whole weather team kind of put together, we're really going to see kind of a wintry mix during January. And we're not really expecting a ton of snowfall this year, but we could see some snow as we go into the later portions of the month.
So maybe just cold and rainy for January.
Yeah, I know that's not what people
my
want to
favorite
hear.
combination.
But at least it's cold, right?
At least it's cold, Margo. No.
I know. But yeah, that's the kind of timeline that we have right now. It's not set in stone. Weather never ever set in stone. But it's definitely something that's possible and probable going into kind of early Saturday after we see that system all the way through. And one thing I do also want to mention is, yes, here in the valley, we're not expecting snow, which does kind of put a damper on some people's weekends because, Saturday
A bummer
and Sunday.
For some people. Some people are probably happy.
Yeah, some people don't want to have to deal with the snow, go get the bread and the milk. But we do expect to see some frost and freeze potential. So that frost and freeze potential is on that high risk and that very high risk pretty much for the next 7 days, especially for Tuesday. So Monday morning going into Thursday, or Tuesday morning, going into Thursday, when the majority of us are back to work, you're going to want to give yourselves ample amount of time to get to work. So you want to give yourself, a lot of time.
Defrost the car and everything.
I know I had to do a little bit of it this morning just because there was a little bit.
It was damp more than anything on my car.
And so I know that's going to be a little bit, not worse, but something you have to watch out for.
Frost,
Yeah, especially, look at that, Friday morning, tomorrow morning, 32 here in Knoxville.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if you're going to talk about this the rest of the weekend, Sunday going into Monday, because that's New Year's Eve.
I know, it's a big holiday, especially for a lot of people, going out.
It's a big night out,
spending time, and you were right, you guessed it right. Look at that, the weekend. So, as we mentioned before, early morning Saturday, we're expecting those mountain flurries. And then, as we head towards Saturday night, we do expect to see drier conditions, but our daytime highs still remaining in the low 40s, and as we go into the overnight, we're going to be in the low 30s, so still kind of close to that freezing mark. Sunday, that's when we warm up, kind of back towards normal in that low 50, upper 40 degree range. So if you have any New Year's Eve plans, not looking too bad. Just kind of a look towards later on for any of those vols that maybe are spending New Year's Eve in Orlando and want to kind of know the forecast for the Citrus Bowl. They're going to be seeing
look how perfect it is for them.
A very different forecast. Yes, they're going to kick off 65. I think maybe we hit 64 on Tuesday or Monday here. Okay, but ending the game at 69 degrees, I don't think we've seen the upper 60s in a while.
That's Florida, though. I mean, that's their winter.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's very, very pleasant. So those Vols fans, you might want to break out the
You won't
short
be bundled
sleeves.
up, no.
But when you come back, you will be bundled up. Because look at this. We're going to be in the low 40s on New Year's Day, 44. We do slowly increase back to normal, so that's not bad, but really kind of putting on like hey, we're going to finally start seeing winter here.
You think it's going to stay more consistent now, like in the 40s and 50s?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that we will start to see kind of more fronts making their way through.
So we're not going to see that kind of random warm-up necessarily again.
Yeah.
Okay.
We won't be on that roller coaster anymore, but we should see those fronts come through, those rainmakers, and that could lead us to kind of maybe some snow, hopefully, for those who are wanting snow. For those not wanting snow, we'll keep an eye out and keep you updated.
I'm just happy that it's going to warm up just a little bit on New Year's Eve for everyone, Margo.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A lot of people are going to be outside. We'll see if we make it till midnight.
Yes.
I might be in bed. Okay.
I'm going to make it to midnight.
You probably will. I don't know about me.
I'll have an energy drink. And,
there we go. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you back here next Thursday.